to the morning call.
There, I got you.
Whatever it is that you guys
Oh my
eat.
goodness. I know
want
Papi
some
is so
of it.
excited because he's going to make a blooper out of this.
I
And
am
it's
the
okay.
most
Welcome to the Opinion
excited
Poll, guys.
person. Hey, it's the morning cafe. How are you guys doing? You okay?
We're fine. We're okay. We're doing
Fine.
just well. We are ready for the week, and so many things happen in the week. We cannot go without putting in a bunch of the morning call. So
I don't
we're,
twist your words
No,
around,
I mean maybe God had a reason to I said morning call because we're supposed to update our fellow people that are
My
watching
God.
us,
God,
and we
sorry,
update you
'cause
about what happened
You
during the
face so
weekend.
many issues.
So me and this beautiful lady here, we made a bet, and we're like, "Who are your top three?"
And I
Who-
won
and
my
then she
5K,
won. But
guys.
let me tell you guys, I give her a second chance. But I'm always second chance. Because second chance is shock.
Do you know
there's
how
sense of
many
victory.
chances I gave you?
Anyway, I will not say who I was supporting. I don't want it to look like favoritism here, but the one
I will tell you
want-
who I was supporting, Mama, because at the end of the day, we saw who Miss Randa was. So we also have rights to support. It's not,
Okay.
having a
Right.
favorite or
After all,
anything.
Okay, so who were
the
you
competition
supporting?
is
We were
over.
fans. The competition
Who
is
were
over.
you
So I was
supporting?
supporting this lady. I mean, she touched my heart. But she didn't get any crown. But I
Right.
was supporting Sabine.
Same,
Sabine.
She was
same.
really, really
Sabine,
beautiful.
wherever you are, this girl was
Yeah, I was
supporting
really
you.
a fan.
Same.
And also, Muheto, obviously, she did get the crown. Congratulations, girl. And then Darina. And then
Please don't go there because Darina was,
I was-
mine.
No,
Yeah.
Why we not supporting
we
Darina?
were supporting
You were
her.
supporting
Mine.
Darina for Miss Randa.
All the way.
I was supporting Darina for the second runner-up.
Anyway, guys, let's do the opinion poll. But to all the beauty queens that made it that far, even though you didn't get the crown, it didn't mean that you didn't get the inside crown of that step that you made. And the opportunities that are waiting you, there are very many. It doesn't matter if you didn't make it, or it doesn't matter if you didn't get the crown. And to those who got the crowns, sweetheart Darina and Muheto, the beautiful lady. Oh my God, that girl is so beautiful. And who else? What? Mauritia.
Maulitia.
Maulitia. It's
Maulitia.
Maulitia. That's how she
Yeah.
says it. Congrats! You guys make the
You
best.
deserved it. Yeah. So we cannot wait to see what you guys are going to be doing. And we are
Definitely.
waiting for you. Go and do what you say you.
We should go for some public speaking skills from Darina. Girl can speak. Oh my God.
She can
cannot
speak,
only
she
speak.
can
Oh my God,
sing,
she can
You know the
rap.
confidence
she can
has.
rap,
It was the confidence for me.
everything.
All
The way. I mean, it's just she's just beautiful.
She's just
and,
amazing. She's just like
multi-talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We back to
Reality.
to the reality thing. We are in the morning cafe section. Opinion.
oh my God,
poll.
we cannot ignore our forever Miss Martina Avera.
Oh.
Like that girl. Oh Lord.
She was really
Stunning.
Kalisa did a great job.
Oh yes,
Yes,
he
him as
did.
well. He
Oh my God,
looked
did
good
such a
as
great
well.
job with his, yeah.
Number.
Yeah, let's focus.
Let's focus. So for those who didn't see the topic that we're going to be discussing about today, go hit our Instagram handle. It's KC2 Online. But let's tell you the topic that we're going to be discussing about. So something weird that doesn't happen, especially in African homes, but we are trying to initiate and bring it here. So what do you think about parents who apologize to their kids? Is it fair or unfair? Or should even parents apologize to their kids in the first place? To begin with, what do you think? For those who do it, is it fair or unfair? But for those who do not, is it even, is it right for them to apologize to their kids?
I think it's a very fair thing to do. And for the parents that do it, we acknowledge your braveness to do
Exactly.
it. Because
braveness is the word.
we acknowledge your braveness and your what's the biggest word for this? Your sincere love, because you can't forgive when you don't love. Yeah? You can't ask for forgiveness if you don't love the
The
person.
letting go of pride.
Exactly, letting go the
Of
ego
the
of being a
pride.
parent,
Yeah.
and stepping in front of your child or calling for a sit down with your child and you talk. Let me tell you, if all parents, this is just like it's not like I'm saying it should be. Okay, but if it was, it would be amazing.
Yes.
Imagine if all parents had a relationship with their children. You talk, you en fait, like mugirana ikiganiro, mugirana ubwisanzure, muri inshuti. And most parents ignore that.
They think it's a weakness.
Exactly. They think it's a weakness in front of your children to look weak in front of your children. But nimba wambwiye nabi, sibyo ko hari igihe umubyeyi akubwira nabi pe. Sibyo.
People are human, even parents.
Exactly.
Yes.
Umubyeyi ashobora kuza and they just lash at you and tell you words, you know. They tell you you're irresponsible, you're careless, kumva nta kintu cyiza kiri kumuvamo. You get? This child is going to grow up and they'll always feel irresponsible, careless and ugly because the time they're kunogisa.
They will even face emotional
emotional drainage.
Yes.
So
emotional damage. Did you know the video?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I feel like if parents had that value of apologizing to their children, now you go out of your zone. You can even just bring a bouquet of flowers, or you can do breakfast, or you can do lunch, or you can... The love you had while you were giving birth to that child, it should be the same love that you keep growing on with. Because I feel like they get lost in doing things to bring food on the table, which should be. I mean, it's something...
They have so much responsibility.
Exactly, they have so much responsibility. So now, ugasanga, they're ignoring the fact of they can also mess up.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because we're all not perfect. Because they also had parents. And their parents also had parents. So it's like ignoring because you're always perfect, but you never mess up. That's what you think you cannot mess up as a parent to your child. You can. When you've messed up, what do you do as a parent? It's not like we're disobeying the parents that are watching us today. It's just as children, we're thinking out loud.
Being considerate.
Being considerate.
Apologizing or telling me, I'm sorry, I think nakubwiye nabi. It makes me have a relationship with you that is stronger than what you think
And
it is.
respect them.
Even respect.
Even respect them more.
Yes.
Ni mumjeyi afashe izo guts na pride yakayishyira hasi na
takes
ego
so
ye
much
mukayishyira
And they
hasi.
acknowledge.
It's braveness. It's
really
braveness.
is.
Ni nko kuvuga ikintu abandi bantu batajya bavuga. Kuko in our culture, I think it's something I've noticed. We love to kurenzaho. We never say things the way they are. Yeah?
On the part of the kids, though.
Not even only on the
Even
part of
parents.
the kids.
How many parents tell you things
the way they are?
The way they are, especially those topics that are considered sensitive. Most of them are like.
Okay, I understand. We should even have a topic on that. I'll bring it, maybe on Thursday, hopefully. But what do you think? Is it fair or unfair?
I personally think it's very fair, like she was saying. First of all, I also think it's about older people in our, especially Africans. I don't know about the white people. They clearly have broken the generational curses before us.
True.
But most of the grown people, they're like, I can't say sorry, because I'm older than you, whatever. Ntabwo nshobora kugusaba imbabazi, bumva nyine ubasuzuguye. I don't know why, but I also think that, especially for the parents, if you're telling your kid, if you're telling them to be bajya bamenya gusaba imbabazi abandi bana niba bababaje,
you have
yes, especially
oh my God.
niba ubona umubyeyi wawe uri mu ishusho y'umuntu wari ukwigisha ibintu ari gusaba imbabazi undi muntu, you also adapt to that habit.
Like they should be an example.
You will also be comfortable saying sorry to the person you hurt, or I think
that proverb that says, is it a proverb or a simile? I don't know. It's something in English, all I know. Do as I say, but not as I do. But rather, I feel like twisting that.
yes, on this
Like on this topic,
yeah.
Do as I do, not as I say. Sibyo. Because what you do is what I will pick up.
Exactly.
More than what you say. Because words can fly. It can come from this ear and go out of this one.
Yes.
But what you do stays on my mind.
Exactly.
If you give me a gift, you've done something.
Yes.
It will stay in me. Rather than saying, I've given you a gift. mumuyaga.
Exactly.
See? So I feel like there's more to this topic than we actually think. Niyo ujya gusaba, okay, imagine kubabaza umuntu ukajya kumusaba imbabazi. That's
takes much courage.
Yes.
And I think, to my side, I think parents should actually keep in mind that a home is the first school that a kid attends. So it's the first knowledge that he or she attains. So for you to actually make sure that you put her in line, Huko Darcy was saying, that you should be able to say thank you. That's what they teach us when we're young. If somebody gives you something, you should thank them. If you wrong someone, you should ask for forgiveness. When you tell me that but you do not do it, then it's actually, you're controversing yourself. You're doing the other opposite of something that you're saying. So I think they should keep it in mind, and African parents should actually understand that being vulnerable isn't a mistake, isn't a weakness, because you know, bafitukunu igitsure, they hold power over accountability. This is something that I actually read. It's a line: holding power over accountability. Like, you don't face your fears, but rather you become tough. You even become more annoyed, you know, to that kid. Let me give you an example. When we were still young, they could beat you when you, even like when a tear drops down, you make sure that you clean it as fast as you can, because if they see you crying, they'll be like, what have you, like, what are you crying for? Can I beat you? And you get more reasons to cry. So it's just, you know, beyond, don't know if that's how they, I think that's the way that they were raised, but we should actually, you know, like, break the curse, as she was saying, start and, you know, and just be simple and bring our children closer and consider their feelings. People don't actually consider their feelings. Nikwa Kundi, you will find a kid, when he or she grows up, it will go with them to their families. You know, they will not laugh like, as much as they can laugh because it's what they got. They will beat their women because that's how, you know, their dads were beating their moms. You know, it's just, it becomes a curse, and it goes with them. So I think people should actually put and keep that in mind.
Have you also seen how parents, especially African parents, are easily pick up on the wrong things you've done, but it's hard for them to thank you for the good things you have done. For example, if they told you, well, when I come back, I need this home cleaned. Leave a cup somewhere it's not supposed to be. Even if the house is crystal clean.
I feel like I really know.
You're now full of yourself. Anyway, let me say this, and then we read the comments. I believe that every parent deserves to be respected. And I also want to believe that love, that you love your child, should be reciprocated. And if you mess up as a parent, you ought to be sorry to your child.
Kids have to be respected.
It's not like your child is always
everybody,
wrong.
everyone,
everybody's all the
feeling.
time. Your child is always in wrong. Your child is always in wrong. But there is something good she does. You need to acknowledge that as well. Because when you acknowledge that, it actually boosts them to be better.
And when they do something good, specify it. Be like, Tracy, you cooked good today. Don't generalize and be like, you always
there's
good.
so much salt in this food. There's so much chili. There's like, you never
give them the motive. Exactly. So,
just be like, oh my God, this food tastes good, but that salt is.
Yeah, so it's a motive. It's, you know, one way to go. Before we read the message, I actually put a video of someone who is an advocate, I think. Can we take a look at the video and then back with the, exactly.
Do you think there's ever a time when parents should apologize to their kids? Well, I'm Jackie Bruton, and I go into middle and high schools and talk to teenagers about love, sex, and relationships. And let me tell you what I hear from teenagers. They say, you could get a lot of points from them if you would just admit when you're wrong. And I mean, let's face it, nobody's right all the time. So let me give you an example of a time when this worked for a parent because she apologized. One of the questions that I often ask students is, when you have kids, how will you parent differently? Are there any things that your parents are doing that when you have kids, you're going to make sure you don't do those things? So I was in an 8th grade class once, and an 8th grade girl said, I'm not going to try to solve all of my kids' problems, and I'm going to listen to the entire problem before I jump in and cut them off. and not let them finish what they're saying, and give them all of the things that they need to do. And when she said that, a number of other girls were like, yeah, it drives me crazy when my mom does that. It's like she won't even let me finish, and she's already told me what I should do. And it's like, wait a minute, you didn't even hear the whole story yet. So when the class was over, one of the teachers came up to me and she's like, oh my goodness. She's like, I just got convicted. She's like, I do that to my son all the time. And she said, it's just that, you know, you get into this mama bear mode. And when they start to tell you about a problem, like you automatically say, oh, if you do this, like you can fix it. She's like, I wonder if my son feels the same way. So the next day she came back and said, you're not going to believe what happened. She's like, I went home last night and I apologized to my son. And I said, hey, the girls in class were talking about things that their parents did that drove them crazy today. And I recognized myself in what they were saying. And I realized that I do that to you, that I sometimes don't let you finish what you're trying to tell me. And I just jump in with the solution before I've heard the entire problem.
That was a very wonderful video.
Yes, she was actually comparing how, you know, the kids' perspective when we are sitting here, like, you know, arguing between ourselves. It's so hard for us to go tell the parents, but it's so easy to come and sit down with you guys and talk about it. So she was telling us how, you know, kids were giving different opinions and ideas, and it touched a mom who was there, and, you know, they actually apologized to their kids. And it gives
so
points
good
to,
results.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's see who, you know, pitched in with the ideas on Instagram. This is a lot, I'm telling you guys, but let's just, you know, go through and see what they said. And the question was, what do you think about parents who apologize to their kids, fair or unfair? So we have King Robert 250, he said fair. And then we have Doc 250 says it's nice and it sets them free, you know, and it always gives them the courage to keep going. Thank you so much, Doc. And also Shema 25086 says fair. And then Ohanga Jen said really fair, and we'll always remember the kind of let me see, we'll always remember the kind of the parents, Gucha Bugufi, that's what she says. And then Natete says fair, Ariane says fair, Cindy says fair, and then Mbanga Lilian says fair as well. Then we have Niyonzima Fabrice, who said it depends on the reason. Me, if you beat me and I'm innocent, you have to apologize. So he thinks parents should apologize depending on what they did. Han Nai Joy says fair makes kids learn how to apologize, and it builds a better, you know, it builds them better. So Diana Uwineza says, yo, it's big, fair, period. Then Muringa says fair. Ale Travis says it's fair because it strengthens the good weather between them and ensures good communications between parents and also kids. Prince Dylan 309 says fair. Sometimes parents disturb their kids, so they think they should apologize. Denise says 1000% fair. And then the incredible trees says fair enough because we are all humans and we make mistakes. Lachen 3 says fair. It's better than always telling their kids to apologize when they do wrong without them setting the example for them. So it's really a lot. You please forgive me, we can read all of them, but we'll make sure that we display them on our screens. But thank you so much for pitching in, and everybody thinks it's fair. And you know, parents, it's just a humble request, style up, and you know, it's a process. Be able to learn. I mean, you know, be able to learn, and you know, just know that
be corrected.
Exactly,
also,
and be corrected.
Because you can't always be right. You're human as well.
Exactly. So yeah.
Definitely. So that was it for the opinion poll. We are heading to the morning breakfast part of the show. Please stay with us.